Last night, I made the mistake of going to see the Minecraft movie on $5 Tuesday movie night in a college town. And I knew it was going to be a little bit crazy. You know, I've been online and seen the memes. Chicken jockey. That's what I was expecting. You know,
Chicken jockey!
This was so much worse. 30 dudes came. They all knew each other. They had air
Chicken jockey!
Somebody body slammed a movie theater employee at a Minecraft square. And then
Chicken jockey!
Usually, my best ideas come to me right before I go to sleep. And that's when I was hit by a Jeep Grand Cherokee of an idea. The Minecraft movie is probably going to be pretty big. A lot of people are going to go see it. It'll cause some buzz. Wouldn't that be pretty wild if somebody went and saw it every day for an entire week? I'm sure glad I don't have to do that. Eddie Burback went and saw the Morbius movie 5 times in a row. And I thought, man, wouldn't that be crazy if somebody with a real job had to see the Minecraft movie 7 times in a row? I went back and forth on it, and then eventually I landed on the idea that I don't think I'm going to do that. I barely like even seeing movies twice. It's approximately 9:30 on April 7th. That means it's 10 minutes before Doomsday. A few thoughts before I head in. The first time I see it, it's going to be either the best or the worst time, because the first time I'm going in blind, I get to experience it for the first time. But also, the first time could let me know that I just set myself up for failure and that I have to do this 6 more times after that. I'm using all of my AMC stubs for the week. That's 3 passes. Then I'm using my Cinemark for the month. And then, that means I'm paying the rest just out of pocket, how it's supposed to be. Funding a Minecraft movie. I'm at least glad that it's Jared Hess, the guy from Napoleon Dynamite. That's pretty cool. Maybe it means I'm supporting something that's going to be kind of decent. And I like Jack Black, but the trailers looked horrible. The posters looked horrible. So let's go in. Everybody remembers their first time playing Minecraft, a game that taught you the value of struggling to survive. Maybe my life is too comfortable. Maybe movies have just become a safe haven for me, not something to challenge my perspective. If this movie is anything like the game, it'll remind me what it's like to truly struggle, what it's like to spend an entire night in a dirt hole as you wait for the sound of morning. I'm a consumer of the fine arts. I have an A24 membership. Who better to take on this task? And the reviews are in. Every review on Google starts with the same 3 words. Absolutely life-changing. So, much like my first night in Minecraft, I went in all by myself. And I did this alone. Well, that's the first time watching the Minecraft movie. A Minecraft movie. I can't help but think that me walking in the rain is a metaphor for how this week is about to go for me. So, what are my immediate first thoughts after seeing the movie? This was not made for me, was all I could really think. Because the bright, saturated colors of like the green screen overworld are clearly to keep kids in that Cocomelon zone. And all of the explanation of the Minecraft items and mechanics that I already know from playing the game is clearly for the parents that were never really going to understand it in the first place. So what part should be for me? I think it's because it's directed by Jared Hess, which, like, for people my age, Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre are cult comedy classics. But I don't know if Jared Hess really shines through a big budget like this. I think he has this quirkiness that really works with a small budget independent movie like Napoleon Dynamite. It's run and gun, and Minecraft just feels like too big. It's the biggest movie of the year. So, where do we go from here? There's so much 80s Midwest Napoleon Dynamite influence in this. You have tater tots and llamas and self-defense classes that you kind of forget you're watching the Minecraft movie, a Minecraft movie, until they go through the portal. You know who else forgot they were watching a Minecraft movie? The kid in the row in front of me, because he was more interested in playing with the red walkway light behind his chair. And that's where my argument lies. This may be quote unquote made for kids, but who is really winning when you cater towards Bluey fans? It's like when you give a kid a toy, but it would rather play with the packaging. It? Did I just call a kid it? Spider-Verse didn't need to appeal to kids. You know what appeals to kids? Red light. And studios should know by now that a $150 million budget movie is always going to lose to red light. Somehow, I feel like I could have made a better movie than this. Listen, I get the argument that it's a kids movie and it's supposed to appeal to kids. But it's just like this Letterboxd review said, just because my dog wants to eat crap doesn't mean I'm going to let it. The morning after my first viewing, I had nightmares that I was going to have to see this 6 more times. And I wish that I was joking. So day 2, headed to see my friend to take him to the Minecraft movie. You know, I am excited to see Jason Momoa and Jack Black ride each other. That happens in the movie. And I was just so distracted by the beauty of seeing Jason Momoa and Jack Black like that. Just something beautiful about 2 men coming together. But you know what? I thought, why not turn this into an opportunity to see movies with my friends? So I took my friend Nathan, a lover of movies, to suffer with me at the 125 showing. Day 2 was the most anxiety-inducing day, mostly because we saw it in Dolby Atmos, where every single sound punctures your soul. Every villager, tingles your spine. I felt like General Chungus was right next to me. I felt like I was in between Jack Black and Jason Momoa in the full man sandwich. Why am I complaining? Who wouldn't want to be in between them? Okay, Nathan, what's your 3-word review?
It was bad.
Anything else?
I hated it.
Oddly enough, I was finding that my favorite plot in the movie was Jennifer Coolidge falling in love with the fleshy villager. It's just so odd and out there that it's kind of a nice break from the green screen world. They're kind of this movie's Kip and LaFonda, which again I find odd because Jared Hess isn't even credited as a writer. But it's like this movie was written in a way that only he could do it. What works in Hess's older movies is when people underact and when their lines are delivered dry, and I just can't help but think that every single line in this movie is overacted and overperformed. Except for some of the Jennifer Coolidge stuff, I think a lot of her stuff kind of works for some reason. It's just like she has that delivery that a Jared Hess movie needs. And all of this made me think that even though I think his time is spent better on original movies, I really think I would have loved a witty, dry, symmetrical Wes Anderson Minecraft movie.
Bro, can you believe it? This is the milk that we're drinking. Look what they're doing to the cow, bro. You're telling me they're serving this to us at the grocery store? Man, I just dropped a new song. Go click the link in my bio right now.
Free popcorn and a free drink were calling my name. Snacking was going to be what truly saved me from this challenge. This is when I really started to realize this was going to be a challenge. Like something that I was kind of not sure I was actually going to be able to complete. So that's why I asked my friend Nick to join me in battle. But I was suspicious of him because he came dressed like Steve.
Why'd you dress like Steve, though, during the movie?
I feel like each time I enter the theater, I'm being severed. That rang true once we had to choose the 3D showing. Meaning, I have to watch La 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 Lava Chicken in a different level of dimension. After the movie, I tried to get a Minecraft meal from McDonald's because I had been effectively advertised to.
No.
Okay. Upon a third watch, I really noticed how my main complaint about the movie is that everything happens simply because it must. Things only happen to get everyone to the next thing. There's not one moment where I feel genuine suspense or curiosity. A good example is when Henry goes to the mine at the start of the movie. His sister Natalie panics because she thinks Henry has gone missing, and within literally 3 seconds of her panic, Dawn grabs her phone and goes, "Oh, hey, this is where he's at. Let's go to the mine shaft." Now, you could argue that this scene is supposed to be funny, but at all of the showings I'm going to, no one's laughing at this like it's a joke. And in fact, there's a lot of moments where no one's really laughing, and I found that kind of odd. Like, there's definitely a few moments that hit every time. Like when Dawn comes out of the portal and hits Garrett in the face with her butt, and she says, "My butt?" That line kills every single time. Day 4, I just don't know if I had much dedicated wham left inside of me to keep going. This was the worst day by far out of all the days. I woke up, I was feeling lazy, I didn't want to get out of bed. Doing this by myself and going to a movie by myself was the worst part of the challenge. I like going to movies by myself, but this was like experiencing it without something changing it up, and I just didn't think I could do this over and over again at this point. Think of all the movies that I could be watching instead of this right now. In Eddie's Morbius video, he gave all of his ticket money to Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I realized that I have no right to complain about a second Minecraft movie being made the more I continue to support it. So after using my AMC stubs on this once, today at a different theater, I gave my money to Death of a Unicorn. But sadly, I have still yet to see it, and I think I missed it in theaters. This challenge helped me to see how often I could be supporting movies that really truly deserve my attention. Either way, everything is starting to look like Minecraft to me. Even the trucks people drive look like Minecraft. Even the trash I see when I'm going for a walk is Minecraft. I see it everywhere. I see blocks everywhere. Everything looks like blocks. Doors look like blocks. Blocks look like doors, and squares are blocks, and squares are blocks, but you know. And it makes me think, if we can mine and we can craft, why can't McDonald's Minecraft me up some Happy Meals? I mean, come on, to hope, to dream, to create is to suffer. It's harder to create than it is to destroy. That's a quote from the Minecraft movie, like actually. My pockets can't handle much more. Instead of giving my money to the Minecraft movie, I decided to give it to Warfare just because I like A24, and I snuck into the Minecraft movie with my friend Nelson, who was waiting patiently there for me. Day 5 was actually really, really special because this was the best chicken jockey experience that I had the whole time, and I can't believe I just said that out loud like a real sentence. It was just some cordial, nice, gentlemanly fun. And I think as the meme had grown stronger since I started seeing the movie, so had the patrons of the theater. As the box got ready to drop the baby zombie, I looked around and saw the phones raise up to record, and in glorious unison, everyone pointed to the screen and yelled,
Chicken jockey!
with all of their hearts. No popcorn was thrown, no fireworks were set off, nobody was harmed, especially not Nelson. I protect Nelson. It was good, clean fun. I could shed a tear. Somehow, heartbreak feels good in a place like this. But I couldn't help but be annoyed that my money was being spent on a showing that had no AC in the room. I was sweating. I was like the pigling queen of the Nether. The Nether is a hellscape. I'm expositioning. That's what I'm doing. I've seen this movie so many times. I'm expositioning. I want to die. All right, Nelson, what is your review of the Minecraft movie?
Honestly, my review is every like this video gets, Landon's gonna watch this movie for one more day. So let's get to 1 million views. And he'll watch it a million times.
Hey, all right, hey, listen, man, you can't
it's fine. You can watch it.
I didn't give you the right to say something. This time I took my nieces and nephews to see the movie, And I've got to say, day 6 was not nearly as bad as day 4, but this was the most delirious I had felt yet. I feel like when I'm watching the movie, I'm not even watching it. It was just kind of flowing through me. Like me and the movie were synced up, like we had become one. And I think that kind of enrages me because I don't think that I have ever seen a movie this many times in theaters, especially not days in a row. Since that enraged me, I decided to take my anger out on a boxing game. And I showed them all no mercy by beating their scores. Kids deserve no mercy. I learned that from when Malgosha kills the innocent little pig at the beginning, which is just so crazy to me that that's in there. The only two things crazier than that would be seeing the self-serve popcorn machine that we saw this night. It just seems wildly inefficient to me. And then the other was 2 theater employees literally walked in during the beginning of the movie and paused it. What are we, at home? You can just pause movies? I felt the pain of this poor young girl as she walks up with her manager and yells out to the entire theater full of people, which were already booing, that if anyone threw popcorn during the chicken jockey scene, they would be kicked out with no refunds. She was met with silence and definitely some confusion from parents that had never heard of the memes. So, as she walked away, someone yelled, "Chicken jockey." Kind of the icing on the cake. I logged each and every day on Letterboxd through 7 different reviews, so go check those out on Landon Movie. I'm hoping that if one good thing can come of this, I can have a semi-popular review that forever ties me to a Minecraft movie. I just killed a mosquito. The final day had arrived. My girlfriend and I went to our seats, and then I got up and went to the bathroom, and I ran into a group of young boys with a dad watching them, and they looked at me and they said, "Hey, do you ever sneak candy into the movie theaters?" And I said, "Yeah, all the time." And they proceeded to show me their armfuls of candy that was hidden underneath their jackets, and it was a lot, and I looked right at them deadpan and said, "I'm going to go report you." And as the dad laughed, they kind of didn't understand my sarcasm and they turned around and ran. And in that moment, I thought, am I too cynical? Was this really all about their experience all along and not mine? Maybe. Maybe I'm just jealous of this movie. Then the chicken jockey scene came, and a group of middle school boys strutted into the theater and sat right next to me in an empty row. They talked at full volume, but as the manager came in, they were too nervous to throw popcorn, so they waited till the end to all awkwardly wait by the stairs with their phones out as one of their friends shouted some gibberish and threw half of his popcorn on some 5-year-olds. They ran off as if they had just defaced a national monument. It reminded me a lot of the creepers in this movie. Creepers, much like middle school boys, are one of the worst things you could run into. They're a symbol of terror in Minecraft. In this movie, they slapped him on the face. So silly. As my pain dissolved on day 7, I can't help but feel that maybe this wasn't quite as silly as I had hoped for it to be. Maybe that's because I feel like if a sequel comes out, I'm going to be forced into doing this again. And maybe it's because all along someone was really trying to teach me something through this, whether that's through the friends I went with along the way, the innocence of the kids, the themes of creativity, or maybe the negativity on something that really truly was doing no harm. You know, except for theater workers, those people that got stabbed, that chicken, or Jason Momoa. I think that there was just, you know, maybe I'm going crazy after the 7 days, but like there's a connection between all of this. Like I think each one of these days I have sinned against this movie. 7 days for 7 deadly sins. Somehow, I feel like I could have made a better movie than this. Jason Momoa popcorn and a free drink were calling my name.
I woke up, I was feeling lazy, I didn't want to get out of bed.
My pockets can't handle much more.
I decided to take my anger out on a boxing game. Maybe I'm just jealous of this movie.
A movie that was trying to teach me the power of creativity. A movie that was trying to teach me that $150 million budget can still make a pile of crap. All I really need is my phone, an AMC Stubs pass, and red light to keep me distracted. We are Chicken Jockey. I am Steve. 3 words. Absolutely life-changing. 2 out of 10.
All dark days like my name Matt Broderick. Burning mom bucks like my main man Roderick. How you tripping hard?